Hello students, today in this video we will see about the classification of tissue system in plants by Sachs. So this topic is found in Unit 12 of Science, so which is the first lesson in biology. So this lesson is about plant anatomy and physiology. So before moving further, we will see what we are going to learn in this lesson. So this is the concept map of this lesson. So whenever you start learning a lesson, so please go through this concept map. So this will help you understand what you are going to learn in this lesson. So this lesson is about the plants. So you will be learning about plant anatomy. So which includes the monocot root, stem and leaves along with dicot root, stem and leaves. So along with that, you'll be learning about the process of photosynthesis and respiration. So first let me say what plant anatomy and plant physiology means. So plant anatomy is nothing but the study of internal structure of plants. So we'll be learning about the internal structure, so which we'll be learning only through the dissection. So next topic is plant physiology. So that is the study of plant function and behavior, which includes growth, metabolism, reproduction and communication and so on. So we'll be learning about the internal structure of plants along with their function in this lesson. Okay. So first, so already in lower classes we have learned that so atoms together constitute molecule. Molecules together will be forming cells, and group of cells with a common structure and function will be called as tissues. So tissues together forms an organ, and organs together, organs which do similar function will be called as organ system, and all the organ systems together will be forming an organism. In this lesson we are going to concentrate in this tissue part. So in your first page of this lesson, so a person called Nehemiah Grew is being mentioned. So Nehemiah Grew is an English physician. Okay, he was the first person to study and publish the internal structure of plants. Students remember, so Nehemiah Grew was the first person to study and publish about the internal structure of plants. So he is also known as father of plant anatomy. So learn this for your 1 mark. So Nehemiah Grew is known as father of plant anatomy. Okay. So in Greek, ana means as under, terminian means to cut. Okay. So next we'll learn about tissues. So what a tissue means. So already I have said that tissues are nothing but group of cells. So their structure may be similar or dissimilar. It may be same or different. Their origin also may be similar or dissimilar. But the most important thing is it does a similar function. All the cells together perform a similar function. So plant tissues can be classified into two types. So meristematic and permanent tissue. So in 9th standard we have learnt about this. So in Greek, meristos means divisible. So meristematic tissues are nothing but a group of immature cells which are capable of undergoing cell division. So these cells can undergo cell division, and you can see them in the areas of growth where growth occurs. So permanent tissues are those in which growth has stopped either completely or for the time being. These tissues do not undergo cell division. Next we'll move on with the classification, that is the tissue system. So Sachs in 1875, so he is called as Julius von Sachs. So Sachs in 1875 classified tissue system in plants into three types. So remember, so this is the second scientist you are going to learn in this lesson. So the first one was Nehemiah Grew, who is called as the father of plant anatomy, and the second scientist which you are going to learn in this lesson is Sachs. He classified the tissue system in plants. So tissue system is classified like this. Okay, so he classified tissue system as three parts. Okay, it consists of three types. So dermal or epidermal tissue system, ground tissue system and vascular tissue system. Okay, so we'll learn about this classification so further. So with this you can understand. Okay, just see this. This is the transverse section. This is the ground plan of the transverse section of a plant. So as Sachs classified, the first type is dermal or epidermal tissue system, which is the outermost layer. Okay, in this dermal or epidermal tissue system, you will be learning about the outermost layer of the plant. The second one is ground tissue system, which lies between dermal tissue system and vascular tissue system. And the third one is vascular tissue system, which includes xylem and phloem. So already we have learned that xylem is used for transporting water and phloem is used for translocating food substances in plants. So first one is the dermal or epidermal tissue system. So this dermal or epidermal tissue system, as we have seen, is the outermost layer of plant. So it consists of stomata, cuticle and epidermal outgrowths. So stomata are the minute pores which are found in the leaves. Okay, they help in transpiration. Next one is the cuticle, which is the outer wall of epidermis. So cuticle is the outer wall. So you can see the shiny coating that is called as cuticle. And the third one is epidermal outgrowths, which includes trichomes and root hairs. Okay, so epidermal outgrowths means the one which develops from the epidermis part, the outgrowth from the epidermal part. So trichomes are nothing but small hair-like outgrowths, especially from the shoot part. So you can see in this picture, so you can see some hair-like substances in the shoot part, and these hair-like substances are called as trichomes. Okay, so the main work of these trichomes is to protect the plants from insects and also from the ultraviolet radiations and so on. So next one is the root hair. Okay, so students, a dermal or epidermal tissue system includes stomata, cuticle and epidermal outgrowths. Okay, so epidermal outgrowths include trichomes and root hairs. Next we will see about the ground tissue system. The ground tissue system includes cortex, endodermis, pericycle and pith. Already we have seen that this ground tissue system is found in between the dermal or epidermal tissue system and the vascular tissue system. So it includes these four parts, that is cortex, endodermis, pericycle and pith. So this ground tissue system is made up of three types of tissues, that is parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma tissues. So we'll see about the function of these tissues with this tabular column. So you can see parenchyma tissue is used for photosynthesis and food storage. So remember, the parenchyma tissue present in the ground tissue system is used for photosynthesis and food storage, whereas collenchyma is used for regeneration. Regeneration is nothing but when you cut a part, it will grow again. So this mechanism is called as regeneration. The third one is sclerenchyma tissue, so which is used for support and protection. So with this picture you can just see, so this is the transverse section of a root. So you can see that the outermost part is the epidermis and you can see unicellular root hairs arising from that. So this root hair is an outgrowth, that is epidermal outgrowth. Okay, so this layer is called as ground tissue system. So already we have seen that ground tissue system includes cortex, this layer. Okay, so the cortex, and it has endodermis, pericycle and a pith. Okay. So next we will see about the vascular tissue system. So this is the most important part. So you have to be thorough in this part so that you can understand the further topics of this lesson, that is TS of dicot, root and stem and so on. Okay, so vascular tissue system includes xylem and phloem. Xylem is used for transporting water, whereas phloem is used for translocating food. So types. So based on the arrangement of xylem and phloem, the vascular bundles are classified into three types: radial, conjoint and concentric. So these xylem and phloem are found in the form of bundles, and so you call them as vascular bundles. So based on their arrangement, you can classify them further into radial, conjoint and concentric. So first we'll see about the radial vascular bundle. Okay, so in this type of vascular bundle, you can see this picture. So in this type of vascular bundle, so the xylem and phloem are found in different radii. They are present in different radii. Okay, they alternate each other. So you can see this red color is xylem and these light green color structures are called as phloem. So xylem alternates phloem. So xylem will be alternating phloem. So radial bundles are nothing but the xylem and phloem are present in different radii and they alternate with each other. That is, xylem alternates phloem. So this type of arrangement is found in the roots of plants. So no further classification for this is. The second type of vascular bundle is the conjoint bundles. In this type, the xylem and phloem lies in the same radius. It is further classified into collateral and bicollateral. Okay, it is further classified into collateral and bicollateral. So in collateral type of vascular bundle, the xylem lies towards the center and phloem lies towards the periphery, students. So both these are collateral type of vascular bundles. In this you can see that xylem lies towards the center whereas phloem lies towards the periphery. So this can again be classified into two types based on the presence or absence of cambium. So before we move further, so let me say what cambium is. So cambium is the area between xylem and phloem. You can see this structure, yellow color structure. So cambium is the area between xylem and phloem. It is a secondary growth which makes the plant parts such as the branches, trunk and roots to grow thicker. So if cambium is present, the particular part will be thicker, and if it is absent, it will not be thicker. So based on this cambium, you can classify these collateral type of vascular bundles into open and closed type. In open type, the cambium is present, whereas in closed type, cambium is absent. So the open type can be seen in dicot stem. So remember, so students, you can remember that normally dicot plants such as these mango trees, rose, oak and marigolds, all these plants have thick stem when compared to that of monocots such as wheat, corn, rice, etc. So this is due to the presence of cambium in dicots and absence in monocots. So if cambium is present, you call that as open type of vascular bundle, that is conjoined, collateral and open. And if cambium is absent, it is called as conjoined, collateral and closed type of vascular bundle. So next we'll see about the bicollateral type. So remember, so conjoined can be divided into classified into two types, that is collateral and bicollateral. So in bicollateral, so the conjoint bundle, so in bicollateral type of conjoint bundle, the phloem is present on both the sides of the xylem. You can see xylem is present in the center, whereas phloem is present on both the sides of xylem. So this type of vascular bundle, that is bicollateral, bi means two. This type of vascular bundle is seen in cucurbita varieties. So cucurbita means it includes those edible fruits such as squash, pumpkin, gourd, etc. Okay. So next we can see about the concentric type of vascular bundle. The third type of vascular bundle is concentric type of vascular bundles. Okay, already we have seen that there are three types. So first one is radial, second one conjoint, we have seen those two, and third one is concentric type. So in concentric type of vascular bundle, either the xylem completely surrounds the phloem or the phloem completely surrounds the xylem. Okay, so based on this arrangement, it is classified into two types, that is amphicribral and amphivasal. Students, listen to the pronunciation. So it is amphicribral. Okay, so amphicribral and amphivasal. So in amphicribral type of vascular bundle, so the phloem surrounds xylem. Okay, so this type can be seen in ferns, and in amphivasal type of vascular bundle, you can see xylem surrounding the phloem. This type of arrangement is seen in Dracaena. So I will show the examples. So for amphivasal, the example is Dracaena. So Dracaena is an ornamental plant which is actually grown both indoors and outdoors. You must have seen these plants in several places. And for amphicribral, the example is fern. Okay, so you can see these ferns. So ferns are nothing but those plants which has a different pattern of leaves, and they do not have seeds or flowers. They reproduce through spores. So their leaves are of complex type. And last, so we can see one more type. So based on the developmental pattern and arrangement of xylem, so we can classify them into endarch and exarch. So already we have seen based on the classification system of plant tissues. So based on the arrangement of xylem and phloem. So now we'll see the classification based on the developmental pattern. Okay. So to understand this endarch and exarch, we need to know about two words, that is protoxylem and metaxylem. Okay. So students, see this picture properly. So protoxylem and metaxylem. So both are related to xylem. So protoxylem is the smallest one. So this is xylem. So all these, this center one is xylem. So here you can see this is the xylem. So protoxylem is the small xylem, whereas metaxylem is the biggest one. Okay. So this protoxylem is comparatively small and it develops first. So in endarch type of arrangement, so you can see protoxylem is arranged towards the center and metaxylem towards the periphery. This type of arrangement, that is endarch type of arrangement, can be seen in the stems. Okay. So second one is exarch. So in this type, so you can see this in exarch type, protoxylem is towards the periphery and metaxylem towards the center. So this pattern is called as exarch, and this type of arrangement is seen in the root part. So if protoxylem is found in the periphery, you call it as exarch. If it is towards the center, you call it as endarch. Okay, so endarch can be seen in normally in the stem part, whereas exarch can be seen in the root part. Okay, so students, so till now, okay, so till now we have learnt about various classifications, that is the classification set by Sachs. So one more time I will just show this classification so you can see this. So we have seen about this classification by Sachs. Okay, so hope you have understood this. Thank you. Have a nice day.